Picture this. I'm scratching the ears of my rescue dog, Boomer, in my front yard, his goofy grin lighting up my day. Then Karen, the HOA president, storms up, clipboard blazing, demanding Boomer's banned for barking too loud. Next thing I know, he's fighting off her sneaky trespass at night with a well-aimed chomp. Forcing my best friend out? That's not just petty. It's a full-blown declaration of war. Guess who got caught red-handed by the whole neighborhood? Karen thought she could bully us and strut away smug. She didn't know she picked a fight with the wrong guy. I didn't just save Boomer. I turned her own trap into a public reckoning she couldn't dodge. You're not going to believe how this went down. Karen figured she could ban my dog and slip off clean. She had no clue I'd rally the block, flip her rules, and let Boomer deliver justice with his teeth. This story starts with a cruel power grab, twists through a wild stand, and lands with a victory so sweet you'll be cheering. Stick around, because Karen's about to trip over the leash she tried to tighten. Let's drop you into Willow Creek, a quiet Illinois suburb where ancient oaks shade tidy lawns. Kids tos frisbees till dusk. Porches hum with tales older than the street signs. I'm a retired electrical engineer, 65, more at home fixing circuits than kissing up at HOA cookouts. 2 years ago, I adopted Boomer, a lanky rescue mutt with floppy ears and a heart bigger than my garage. He wasn't just a dog. He was my partner, my shadow, bounding after tennis balls, napping by my roses, bringing joy after my wife passed. Her smile was my beacon. Boomer was my spark. Every wag was her warmth. Every bark was my pride, a bond I'd guard with my life. Willow Creek wasn't all tail wags. New money poured in. McMansions sprouted like dandelions. Their gates gleamed brighter than their souls. Enter Karen, HOA president, the self-crowned queen of Willow Creek Estates. She ruled with a clipboard sharper than her perm. She didn't manage. She steamrolled. Her bylaws choked anything free. Wrong mailbox heel? A $300 fine. Too loud crickets? Warning letter. Clara, my neighbor, got a $400 hit for a tacky bird bath. It had a squirrel. Big deal. Karen's patrols were clockwork. Her SUV prowled at dawn. Her clipboard snapped like a trap, sniffing out joy like a bloodhound on a scent. Willow Creek Estates wasn't a community. It was her kingdom. Neon notices were her lash. Her smug grin was a wall nobody dared climb. Boomer was her obsession. Romping legally in my yard, zone free, he barked. No HOA rule touched him. I kept low, tossing balls days, tinkering nights. No fuss. Folks knew me as the dog guy, not a rebel. I liked watching Boomer chase his tail, my wife's spirit in his bounce. Clara brought treats, loving his tricks, griping Karen's fines. Her mailbox took a $350 hit for chipped green. Jamal, the local carpenter, cursed a $450 smoke fine. His grill was pure poetry. Rosa, whose roses bloomed like a dream, paid $500 for excessive petals. Petals? I'd chuckle, knowing my permits outranked Karen's pen. I'd wired grids tougher than her. A clipboard was a toy, but Karen's eyes zeroed in on Boomer. She called him a menace once. Her sneer cut deeper than a knife. Menace? He was my family, my heart. I defend him with every wire in my soul. She sent warnings. Pet disturbance. Public nuisance. I fire back with bylaws. Council nods, all clean. Karen didn't care. Her notices stacked up. Each was a jab, dare me to swing. I filed them, engineers calm holding. Trace the fault, don't spark. But her complaints grew nastier. Her threats sharpened, muttering bans and worse. To her, I wasn't a neighbor. I was a holdout. Boomer, my wife's gift, was her target. One she'd cage till he was gone. Karen's war kicked off with a bang. A neon notice was taped to my mailbox. Her HOA seal glared like a summons. She didn't knock. She barged, standing on my lawn like she owned my pup. Your dog's a problem, she said, flipping her clipboard with a nail sharp as her smirk. His barking's ruining our peace. Peace. Boomer's yips were legal, zoned free since I moved in. Softer than her leaf blower. I leaned on the porch, sipping coffee, and slid my paperwork over. City stamped, bulletproof. Not your lawn, Karen, I said, voice flat as a circuit board. He's my family. Her lips twitched. Her eyes glinted like a coyote eyeing a bone. Lawns don't run Willow Creek, she purred, venom in her latte-sipping grin. Rules do. Rules bite. Bite? That wasn't a chat. It was a showdown. I peeled a notice. Boomer's growl matched my gut. I figured she'd back off. No chance. By week's end, notices piled. Printed official, absurd. Aggressive animal, for $100 fine. Noise hazard, $300. Community discord, $500. Discord? His barks were quieter than her holiday lights. I filed them, instincts humming. Log default, don't spark. But Karen wasn't tossing darts. She was rigging a cage. She crashed our evening walk. Boomer's tail wagged. Her SUV parked like a roadblock. Clara trimmed hedges nearby. Jamal fixed a gate. Rosa watered roses. Karen ignored them, zeroing on me. Her clipboard tapped like a gavel. "That much tanking our property values," she said, voice dripping scorn. "Cage him, or we act." Act? My yard wasn't her kennel. I tossed his ball, cool as a breaker. "Permits are clean, Karen. You got no shot." Her grin turned icy. She wasn't debating. She was ordering. Clara whispered, "She's trouble." Jamal nodded. "Find my grill, $450 for smoke." Smoke? Karen's eyes dare me to swing. Then it hit. A Tuesday, the HOA voted. Karen pushed through a pet ban, targeting Boomer. My blood boiled. Engineers don't short. We rewire. She thought she'd won, but her ban had just tripped a switch she couldn't cut. Karen's ban didn't just sting. It crushed my soul. Forcing Boomer out wasn't a jab. It was a full-on assault, targeting my best friend like he was trash. The fines didn't pile. They choked. Each was a brasher lie. Vicious bet, $800 fine. Vicious? He licked kids' faces, not bit them. Safety risk, $700. His wags were softer than her gossip. Then came property damage, $1,000, claiming his paws tanked curb appeal. Appeal? Neighbors tossed him biscuits, not her lies. I locked them in my safe, instinct screaming. Build a circuit, don't fry. But Karen wasn't playing. She was exiling. Boomer was her prey. I sniffed a scam. Years wiring systems taught me to spot shorts. I checked my yard. Fences were tight, no violations. But signs grew. Clara caught Ted, Karen's lackey, scoping my gate. "Sets for a survey," she hissed. But he had a leash. Jamal saw a bar with a contractor, Karen's inspector, packing a phone. Inspector? More like a thug. I dusted Boomer's bed. Strange marks, enough to flag. Rosa tipped me. Karen's at the diner, crowing. Dogs banned, town's clean. Clean? This wasn't a fine. It was betrayal. Boomer, my heart, my fight, was her target. That Tuesday, I sat by Boomer's bed. He whined, sensing trouble. Rage roared, but I thought of my wife. Shine, don't curse. I hit the county code. Pet bans were void without votes. Inspiration struck. Why lose him when I could fight back? Big? Ide widad, bulde grits. I planned a neighborhood watch. Pet safety meetings, open to all, right in my yard, aiming to catch her. I moved quiet. Flyers printed, cameras set. Emma, my lawyer pal, was on speed dial. Karen's ban was flimsy. HOA couldn't override law. State code backed me. I'd rally first, expose later, letting her strut into my trap. Clara's tip came through. Karen's HOA meeting, her stage to gloat. I lined up flyers, Emma's notes, Jamal's photos. Ted's text read, "Ban locked, boss thrilled." Thrilled? Not for long. Karen thought she'd won. Her perm was a crown. I was the spark. This wasn't a fight. It was a stand, and her block was about to bark. Willow Creek woke to buzz. Neighbors whispered. Boomer's ban was the talk of the town. I stood by my lawn, his leash in hand. My blood surged like a live wire. Faces turned. Clara's eyes welled. "You that dog eye?" Jamal grinned. "Knew you had bite." Karen's HOA cronies, parked nearby, froze. Ted's coffee hit the dirt. Barb's yapper choked mid-yap. Karen lounged by her gate, latte in hand. Her smirk faded. She hadn't known. She hadn't dreamed the guy she'd targeted was about to turn her ban into a trap. I paced my yard. Fina stuck. Karen's vicious pet email stung like a frayed cord. Her complaints were fraud. No HOA could ban loyalty. Laws shielded Boomer. Then Rosa dropped a bomb. "God, to watch out, but that it. My God, peace saved." She framed him as a beast to prop her clean town cred. Peace. My gut roared. Engineers don't flinch. We search. I scoured records. Karen's bylaws, pinned solo, had no votes. Fraud, bold as her perm. I dug deeper. Emma pulled HOA files. $60,000 in fines, no receipts, funneled to Karen's cousin's consulting scam. My watch was bulletproof, untouchable. Then the twist. Friday night, my yard lit up. Chairs, signs, neighbors galore. Our pet safety watch kicked off. Pause over power. Save Boomer. I shared tips, past treats. 100 showed up, then 300, then 1,000. Comments flew. "This is right. Karen's cruel." A news van rolled in. Karen flipped. Her ex-post whined about a dog mob. Mob? I'd wired her trap. Our watch grew. Her lies were exposed. Karen's meeting loomed. Her stage to spin lies. I rolled in, footage ready. My sign was lit. Pause unite, justice stays. She'd lose it, clueless, expecting cheers. I stacked rally stats. Emma's suit. Trespass, fraud, harassment. Clara's tip came through. Ted's text read, "Band's tight, boss thrilled." Thrilled? Not for long. Karen's ex-post crowed. Willow Creek's pure. Pure? She caged my heart. I was the signal. This wasn't a fight. It was a bite, and her block was about to howl. Willow Creek's HOA hall was a tinderbox. Chairs were crammed. 3,500 neighbors were packed in. The air crackled like a storm about to burst. Karen stormed to the podium. Her perm was a fortress. She gloated like she'd crushed her foes. "We're saving Willow Creek," she crowed. Boomer's ban was her trophy. A slide slammed him as a public threat. "Standards," she preached. Standards? She'd caged my soul. Neighbors stirred. Clara's fists balled. Rosa's eyes burned. Jamal leaned forward, jaw set. Karen's smirk was steel. She thought she'd own the town. She spun lies. Boomer was dangerous. A blight tanking values. Half nodded, conned, half seethed, smelling rot. Ted tossed HOA rules flyers. Floors ate them like dust. Karen glowed. We've cleansed Willow Creek. Cleansed? My move. I rose, footage in hand. My sign blazed. Paws unite. Justice stays. My voice was low, like a growl rising. Karen, got a trespass to explain? She froze. Her latte splashed. She expected cheers. Rosa isid. Bite her back. I hit the projector. The screen lit up with my yard. 2,000 neighbors, signs high, chanting for Boomer. Footage rolled. Karen's ban, no vote. Her smirk as she slapped fines. Then my proof. Night cam, Karen creeping. Leash in hand. Boomer's bark. Her yelp. A bite on her ankle. The crowd roared. Jamal bellowed. Got her. Karen's face drained. It's fake. I clicked. Linda's USB showed Karen's email. Ban the dog. No debate. Clara's clip played. Karen's ex-post. Mutt crushed town's mind. Ted's text to Barb. Trespass plan, pay up. Neighbors surged. Clara screamed. Criminal. My watch hit local news. Then CNN. Phones flashed like a wildfire. I faced Karen. Sign raised. You banned my dog. Trespass, fraud, harassment. I tossed him his suit. Idi Godbon. Our watch was legal. Case 2025, WC 103. You're done. She choked. Values. Cops rolled in. My call from Dawn. Sheriff Klein stepped up. Cuffs gleamed. Karen, you're under arrest. Click. Cuffs snapped on her. Ted Barb. They were dragged through jeers. Karen wailed. You can't. We did. The hall erupted. Cheers, fists high. Jamal hugged Rosa. Clara's laugh was wild. Linda yelled. HOA's done. The vote was unanimous. Bylaws were torched. Karen's crown was ash. Our watch was the flame. Rosa's clip hit 100 million views. Neighbors chanted, justice. I stood by my sign. Boomer's heart was alive in their roar. Willow Creek wasn't hers. It was ours. Truth was the brightest bark. Karen's cuffs didn't just clip her ego. They scorched her empire. Willow Creek roared. Neighbors spilled into the streets. They hugged, laughed. Clara tossed treats like confetti. Deputies hauled Ted out. His strut was crushed. Karen sobbed. It's a setup. Setup? Her crimes told the truth. The DA piled on. Trespass. Fraud. Harassment. Charges stacked like bricks. My suit gutted her HOA. $300,000 in fines. No votes. Pure scam. Money funneled to her cousin's consulting racket. No receipts. Karen's lackey flipped. He named 90 scams. Dog sheds all fined. All tied to her sister-in-law's Creek Realty. Clara's fence, hit in 22, wasn't unsafe. Barb's text bragged. Paid off. Rose's roses. Fine last spring. Were the same game. 100 neighbors spoke. X exploded. Hashtag Creek Justice spiked to 100 million posts. Tales spread from California to Maine. The council froze her accounts. $40 million was seized. Her gazebo was bulldozed. Her realty was a front for scams. Karen faced 30 years. Her plea died when Barb spilled $900,000 in inspector bribes. Karen's name was on each. Willow Creek didn't gawk. Good Morning America ran Boomer's bite. We walked, laughed, moved on. The HOA collapsed. The board bailed. Bylaws burned. Neighbors raided the office. They unearthed $30 million in fines. Karen's piggy bank for luxury trips, funded by Clara's birdbath, Rose's tulips. Leela to vote. New council, no fines, just trust. Karen's standards? Smashed. Our watch shone. Clara clapped my shoulder. Your wife will be proud. Proud? I felt her, urging me to fight on. Boomer healed. His limp faded, tail wagging again. I built a dog park in my yard. Neighbors chipped in. Volunteers grew. The pain lingered, but his barks healed us all. Willow Creek didn't just heal. It barked. Our dog park, now 100 strong, fills my yard every weekend. We play, share stories, no fines, all pride. Neighbors pitch in. Clara brings biscuits. Rosa bids. Jamal prints signs. Hank adds grit. It's not a yard. It's us unbowed. The park's a beacon. Folks join from across town. Their cheers warm my soul. Karen? She's a ghost. Her curtains stay shut. I catch her peeking at her pups. My yard hosts joyful mornings. Kids toss balls. Strangers walk dogs. Iston åt dusk. Boomer's tail thumps. My wife's love burns bright, fiercer than ash. Justice isn't loud. It's a bark, a town that stands firm. Got an HOA horror story? A Karen who tried to break your bond? Drop it in the comments. Share your wildest clash we're watching from. I read every one. Hungry for your fire. Did this bite light you up? Smash that like. It's wiring truth to the grid. Share with your crew, neighbors, even the guy with the loud truck. New here? Subscribe, hit the bell. We're chasing more wins, laughs, and grit. I want you in the pack. Thanks for standing with me in Willow Creek. Keep shining, fighting, crushing nonsense. Catch you next. Stay tough, stay true.